Selection 4, Western Bulldogs.
Player number 214320, Marcus Bontempelli, Northern Knights, Eltham Junior Footy Club.
Congratulations. Go all the way up to number 4. Probably about 15 minutes ago when I was calling that. So, a great experience for myself.
Yeah, just come down the end, yeah.
Place him in, I'm trying to figure just place out, finish the stop in front of him.
That's it, just a nice relaxed smile, straight down the barrel. That's it.
Well, we had a 2K time trial, so this week's been mainly about testing. So today, 2K time trial, and then followed by skills, which is slowly ramping up. So obviously you've got to be mindful of, how much kicking and all that sort of stuff that you do. But yeah, time trial is always nervous for the boys. You get a bit queasy in the stomach, but you get through it, and there were some pretty good results. Shuey Creamery was fantastic, and it's going to be a real asset, I think. And some guys jumped up. Tom Young was fantastic in the way he ran, and there's going to be competition for spots, which is really healthy for the footy club, I think. I suppose the first few weeks is just a shock to your body and how sore you get and stuff like that, and then the load picks up as we go along. But first week, obviously because it's been a bit all over the shop with guys in Colorado and the younger guys earlier than the older blokes, by next week we'll crank it right up and sort of sorts the week from the strong blokes out, but that's what pre-season's about. As you said, I've done a few now, and I haven't done an easy one over the journey. They're all hard and go through ups and downs mentally, but you got 44 mates to get through it with. So. Yeah, we haven't really seen them much the first couple of days, but I suppose it's just to make them feel welcome. And I know a lot of guys have sent out texts and things like that and given them a call, and that's all we're really here for, and help them out on the track. I suppose you pair up with them when you're doing skills and partner things, weights and all that sort of stuff. So it's just as simple as that, make them feel as welcome as possible. It's pretty daunting. They're 18-year-old kids coming into an environment which is quite ruthless and very competitive. So, but they're managed really well by the fitness staff, and they've showed a bit already. I think everyone's judged whether you're in your first year or your 15th year. Your reputation's on the line every time you go out to train, and you want to set a high standard, and we're just trying to educate them as much as possible to get up to that standard, and so far they haven't put a foot wrong. think pre-season is about being healthy and making sure that you're out on the track for the majority of it. But it does get competitive, as I said before. It's a competitive environment, and everyone knows that 44 on a list and only 22 can play every week. Probably doesn't mean a great deal, at this time of year, but it gives the fitness guys a chance to have a look at guys' strengths and weaknesses and where they need to improve. And everyone's looking over the shoulder of the fitness guy and making sure they know what their time is and that they're beating guys that they've got rivalries with for sure.
They're back now, obviously back at training, and from what we sort of went through, we had a really good time. The guys did a lot of hard work over there, and it definitely had its challenges, but all in all, I think they enjoyed it. We had training most days. Obviously, they still had their weights and skills that we do back here. We did them over there at altitude in Denver. The different stuff, we had 3 or 4 hikes in there for them, as well as boxing and different, just training at different locations. So that was the big thing, just getting somewhere different at altitude and working there. From day one it was apparent for sure. The guys were even just walking around, they could feel it. So the first few days it took them a while to settle in to the altitude. It sort of affects your sleep and your hydration and all that sort of stuff. So once they got over that little hump the first few days, they started to come good and feel good. So we did pre-testing, we'll do post-testing. And then from there we'll look at the results and really using it as a bit of a pilot to see whether it's worth taking the whole group later on. We had a number of educational opportunities available, so we went through the Broncos training facility, as you mentioned. We also went to a number of NBA games, NHL games, also through a few different colleges. So we went through Colorado State University, had a look at their facilities, and they're pretty amazing, the setups they've got over there. So I think it was a good eye-opener for all of the guys, as well as Ash and I. I think we learned a lot, and we've still got to sit down and go over all of that. But the main things are sort of how the professional environments and how they really run a tight ship, and I think they were the most sort of interesting things. How the day-to-day stuff was really interesting, and you can definitely get a lot of stuff out of that. So.
Zoom in, mate. Zoom in on your Sultana ramp. Alright, fellas. Shut up, Jack.